Imagine Glass technical seminars are an Intertech production. For instructor-led .NET, Java, and XML courses, visit us at www.intertech.com.
Okay, so let's quickly pop on over here, and we haven't even looked through my tracking your various items, but I can go in here and I can run various canned off-the-shelf queries, show me all the open test cases, show me user stories without tests, show me my bugs. And okay, so now what I'm really interested in doing is, I saw in my little tray icon, I know that I've got a new build available to me. So what I need to do is go into the Track Assign Build tab over here, and it says, okay, now I can set which build I want to use, and it's going to default to the latest. I'm going to say to assign it to my plan, and you see down below, now I'm going to this is along the lines of that test impact analysis. I don't have things quite configured right, so it's 50-50 if we'll see anything here. But what we're getting is a little notification that you've got a new build, and the question is, do you want me to recommend tests? Well, of course, since I'm doing a demo, the test impact analysis stuff didn't quite get lined up right. But what I can do when I click on the related work items is see that, hey, somebody's got a user story ready, so maybe that tells me I can go and start creating my test cases. And then a second thing that is telling me is that, hey, somebody's got a bug resolved here for me. So if I want to go in and verify the bug, let's see if I can do that with a context menu. No. Let's get out of here and let's go over to Testing, Verify Bugs. So I'm going to get a list of all my items that are in resolved, and this strange error is the most recent one. So if I'm going to go and try and verify this, again, we're in Test, Verify Bugs. Come over here, click Verify. It's going to launch the test runner. Hit play. Now the reason I had to hit retry there is there's some configuration around how much time you want between your clicks as a recording test. How much time do you want the tool to pause? And it's set at a very fast setting right now. Because my IIS is actually on my machine right now, the first time things run, it takes a little longer to execute the for the JIT and the compilation of the application, that sort of thing to take place. So just hitting retry worked. Now what we're going to see here is that the registration failed because the user already exists, which I kind of expected but forgot to do ahead of time. Let's do edit the top 200 rows, quickly delete this guy. I'm going to reset my test, start it again. Notice things are going faster. IIS has already compiled it. And this time, there's no errors. All right, so I can go to Save and Close. Come back and it's going to say, okay, do you want to make the following changes? So again, this is in that the TFS process has said that my transition should be from resolve to closed. It's going to come up automatically with the default next state. I can type in a comment I want, save the changes, and now we've just verified our bug. All right. Boy, about 10 minutes left. What I'm going to do is quickly just bounce back to the slides for a minute. Talk a little bit about test impact analysis. I'm not exactly sure what I have wrong with my machine right now, but I know I was having some build issues late last night, and I've got a feeling that my build machine is actually messed up a little bit right now, so that's why I'm not collecting test impact analysis properly. But what you can do is, during running these tests, is you can configure Test Runner to collect test impact analysis. What it's going to do is associate, I wouldn't say it's going to go down to the line of code level, but probably down to the procedure level. It associates, TFS then learns what tests execute what code. And that information can be used later on to determine two things. One, from a developer standpoint, they can determine how big a change am I making? Am I breaking the world? Am I breaking a lot of tests? And then two, to speed up testing for the QA folks. On my next screen, what would normally have this happened a few hours ago, so I'm not sure why I'm not getting this now, but when we go in and we assign a new build, what we can do when we click this recommend test button is we see, okay, based on the code that was changed, I recommend you run these tests. So that should help minimize the number of tests you need to run and help you focus on the most important ones to run. Reporting, again, just the way I'm set up, it's not terribly interesting, but I'm going to just quick run through some off-the-shelf reports that are available. And this one, I believe, is available in either the MOS or non-MOS configuration. These next few slides, and just quickly, what we're seeing here is we've got what we want to see. Our code coverage percentage is going up. The number of tests passing compared to the number of tests failing are going down. Code churn is going down. Obviously, what you want to see at the end of a release cycle. Number of active bugs are going down. Really, really useful report here. If we quickly run through, this is just a peek at the portal for the Agile template. If you don't have MOS installed, and there's quite a few nice features, though. If you go with the MOS version, you get all these really nice Excel. These Excel reports are just unbelievable, and the ability to take a look at some dashboards and things like that. But just a quick look at what we've got here. We've got the number of bugs that are closed is going up. The number of resolves stays pretty low. QA team's keeping up with those. The number of bugs that are active is relatively low. We can take a peek over here and we can see that the number of bugs that are arriving is starting to go down here. Number of bugs that are closed are going up. So these are just all indications of what the quality is of your software at a point in time. There's also some metrics you can use just against your tests altogether. What's my progress? How many user stories do or don't have tests associated to them? How many of my test cases have I executed, and that sort of thing. So some really, really nice reports. Boy, 5 minutes on automation, that's not going to be a lot of time. Yeah, why don't we do that? I'll try and keep this down to the 15 minutes or so. I'll just go over quickly some of the automation, and I'm going to go at a very high level here, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. I'm going to kind of stay on the happy path. Point of this slide, though, I've got some highlights in red. We're going to take a peek at how we can actually convert some of those manual tests that we just saw into automated tests. That is just really cool. Improving quality using unit tests. I'm not going to create unit tests right now, but just because we have this new Microsoft Test Manager doesn't mean we're done doing unit tests. That's your first line of defense. I still believe strongly that you need to do lots of unit testing. It'd be just as annoying as a QA person to go out and use this tool and on step 2 or step 3 constantly get errors because the developers aren't maintaining and doing good unit testing. And just, I'm not sure, we'll probably tie things off before I get into the web and load test, unless you guys can shoot off a question to Ryan if you want to see that too. Personally, I have time to do this, but that might bring us on to 3:30. And then the last thing is there's some new database unit testing that are really helpful. So you can actually unit test your store procedures, functions, and triggers now at the database level.
For more free learning resources and to see the latest lineup of our instructor-led.net, Java, and XML courses, visit us at www.intertech.com.